Chapter 26 Photofit. As he continued to think, Sebastian's voice came over the line. "Good morning, Dr. Robert, how are you?" "I'm good, thank you, sir, but I am afraid I have some bad news." "Okay, doctor, how bad can it be?" joked Sebastian. "Our entire batch of enriched solarium has been stolen, sir." The phone line went dead for a few seconds as the enormity of what Dr. Robert had said set in. Eventually Sebastian replied. "Have you any ideas, doctor?" "I didn't, but after speaking to Katie I may have now, sir," replied Dr. Robert. "Go on, doctor." "It appears your maintenance team may have seen something recently whilst repairing your office." "Yes, I'm not sure how much stock I put in their report personally, but they did say they had seen something. What of it?" replied Sebastian. "When we carried out our last experiment, we set up a network of video cameras. These cameras recorded some evidence of a person stealing the solarium," explained Dr. Robert. "That's great news, doctor. But how does my maintenance team help you with the theft?" asked Sebastian. "I believe one of the faces your maintenance saw is the same as the person that stole our solarium." "What on earth would cause you to draw that conclusion, doctor?" "The person appeared through a spinning blue halo, just like the one we have seen in our Farview experiments, sir." The phone line went dead for a few seconds as Sebastian digested what Dr. Robert was proposing. The only cause was particularly concerning to Sebastian. "My God, someone else has the Farview capability? How did this happen? Have you had a leak at Kiruna?" "No, sir, not exactly. I have a theory that what we are seeing is a result of a temporary junction between multiple dimensions." "Multiple dimensions, doctor? What on earth are you talking about? Let's not jump to a conclusion based in fantasy to cover up a theft due to simple greed." "No, sir, this is not fantasy. Helen and myself saw something very similar. We've heard things too, sounds traveling through these portals. It is my hope someone in your maintenance team would recognize the person in our video, proving my theory." "Okay, I am not saying I agree with your hypothesis, doctor, but I would be derelict to ignore the opportunity to test your theory. Send me a copy of the video showing your infiltrator, and I will show it to my team. Barnaby can lead the investigation." "Yes, sir, of course, thank you. I'll send it as soon as possible." Within the hour the video extract had arrived in Sebastian's mailbox. Barnaby was already waiting to receive it and show it to the maintenance team. With little or no explanation, Barnaby simply asked if either of the men recognized the person in the video. "So what do you think?" asked Barnaby. "It's excellent quality, Mr. Burke, and one of the names is the same too," replied Mike, one of the maintenance team. "Really, I didn't catch that." "No, it's quite quiet, but it is definitely the same as the one we heard in Mr. Soller's office." "Can you tell me what it is?" asked Barnaby. "Yes, of course, sir. The name is Graham and the person in the video is the same as the one I heard and saw in Mr. Soller's office." Barnaby sat back in his chair. He hadn't heard that name for over a year, not since he had chased Graham and Bouncer across the North Sea from Kiruna to Cumbria. "Thank you, gentlemen, please carry on." Returning to Sebastian's office, Barnaby told Sebastian his opinion. "Sebastian, they're back, Graham and Bouncer, they seem to be at it again." "Right then," replied Sebastian. "You'd better get back to the farm and see what they're up to." "Yes, sir," replied Barnaby as he got up and left the office. An hour later he was speeding up the M40 on his way to the north and finally Cumbria. With a trunk full of gear he was determined to put an end to Graham and Bouncer's meddling.